Hello, my name is Patricia Takam, and today we are going to talk about community-based participatory research and condom use assessment among male sex clients of female sex workers in India. So my case study question was, how well did the program adhere to community-based participatory research principles? I have to be specific about which principles were well incorporated and which were not. And why do I feel that way? I had to define community and address who defines who belongs in a community. Who was the community in this program? And I have to justify my answer. First of all, we have to define what community-based participatory research is. It is a partnership approach to research that equitably involves, for example, a community, organizational representatives, researchers in all aspects of the research process, and in which all partners contribute expertise and share decision making and ownership. So we are going to look at some background information about this program in India. So there are about 2.5 million people who live with HIV/AIDS in India, and the primary mode of transmission of that disease in that country is through heterosexual commercial sex. So the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation funded the Avahan Indian AIDS Initiative, and the latter developed and implemented an intervention to reduce HIV incidence in the country by increasing uh, condom, condom use consistency. So the program targeted heterosexual male commercial sex clients and focused on 100 high priority towns. So this program only looked at the male commercial sex clients, and they didn't look at the female sex workers. They used researchers from the program used communication and demonstration activities to attain their goal. Community-based participatory research is an approach that ensures community participation in the research, which was successfully done in this program. It comprises 5 core concepts and 9 principles. So now we are going to talk about how the Cbpr principles were implemented in the program. The first principle is community as the unit of identity. We had a well-defined community in this program, which was the male sex clients, and the research team tried to get the maximum of participants as it could. The second principle is built on strengths and resources within the community. The program team did some research and found that most of the males had a lot of misconceptions about the condoms, and some of the males were already using condoms. And so they just worked on increasing the number of condom users for that particular community. Some of the misconceptions that the males sex clients had about condoms were that condoms could burst during sex, that condoms could slip out, that condoms can cause black spots on the penis, that condoms are too short and insufficient in length, and so many others. The third principle is facilitates collaborative, equitable partnership in all phases of the research. So I did not observe equitable partnership in this program, but I did notice some collaboration between the males and the research team, as the males willingly responded to questionnaires that the research team had, and they also participated in all the activities. The fourth principle is promotes co-learning and capacity building among all partners. So the targeted members were able to benefit from the program, and the researchers were also able to benefit from the males clients. So this happened because the males clients were educated about condoms and how to use the condoms. So they knew why they had to use condoms, and they also learned how to use the condoms for those who didn't know how to. And the research team um, learned the research team um, learned more about the community they were trying to work on. Okay. The five, the fifth principle is balances research and action for the mutual benefit of our partners. This involved using research findings to design intervention and change policy strategies in order to address the concerns of the community. So, um, the research team found that some of the males clients already uh, used condoms, so they just had to work to increase that number, and which they attained their goal because there was a high increase. So the research team attained their goal because there was a huge increase in condom use for that community. The sixth principle is emphasizes on ecological model of health and local relevance of public health problems. So this principle involves individuals, the immediate context in which they live, that's their family, their surrounding, and their community. So the participants in this program had a very low social economical status. So since they had low social economical status, maybe they didn't have enough money to be to afford for condoms to use them, or um, maybe when they were not educated enough about condoms and why they had to use those to protect themselves from getting HIV. The seventh principle is involve system development through cyclical and iterative process. I did not observe this principle in the study. The eighth principle is disseminate findings and knowledge gained to all partners. The level of behavior and beliefs results indicated a huge increase in the amount of people who changed their behaviors and beliefs about condom use. So they started the program May, I think 2006, and after a year, the percentage of condom users for that community moved from 63% to an 81%, which is a big win for the research team. So a lot of beliefs and behaviors were successfully reversed. Like if I go to a shop to get condoms, um, people will see me with a different eye and stuff like that. The needs principle is involves long-term process and commitment. The program uh, did not go was not implemented for a day or a month, or the program in this case went on for a year, and we were able to observe significant results. So now we are going to talk about community. There are so many different definitions for community, and One um one that particularly got my attention was that uh, it's a group of people with diverse characteristics who are linked by social ties, who share a common perspective and engage in joint action in geographical locations or settings. Another definition from Fort Muller, he's a Swiss communist. He's from Switzerland, and is that it can be it's a group of people that care about the same goal. So in this program, I believe that the community is the male sex clients of female sex workers. And I think that the research team should have included the female workers of the sex industry because they could have helped increase the number of condom use, because if males who were still like, no, I don't want to use condoms, had to went to the female workers to have sex with them, and that the female were the one to say, you have to use this before we can do anything together. I think this would have helped to increase the results as well. And also, if the research team also included the owners of those sex brothels, maybe this could have also helped in the results of the research. Okay, these are my references. Thank you for listening. Drop the questions in the comment sections. Bye.